NME bill where we've picked the bands.
With good bands, yeah, excellent. Really good that we can choose them. It's quite a luxury.
An amazing lineup, which is generally a triumph for exciting new music, I think. These New Puritans are one of the best bands around, and Ulterior are like mind-blowing. And I find it quite amusing that there's this idea of tour buses up and down the country full of kind of sound-alike indie by numbers pop groups jangling out the hits, and now you've got these three bands who are, and Crystal Castle's playing with a very diverse sound. They don't sound anything like each other, but they're all very much connected.
It's going to be a really big show.
When we were touring with the Artic Monkeys, we basically just got pelted with coins, bottles, airline safety belts, phones, literally anything that some idiot could get their hands on got thrown at us at some point. And the first night it was really fun, and we just thought, yeah, this is excellent, and this is what, you know, it's like Suicide playing with the Clash and getting an axe thrown on stage with them. It was kind of like that, you know, getting glass bottles thrown at you. But by the second night, when like Reese had a black eye and my head was cut open, and you know, it just got a bit boring. But then it went on for like a week, every night like that, apart from one night in Aberdeen, which was really, really good, and everyone seemed to be really into it. But the next night in Aberdeen was really terrible again. But I don't know, I love the Monkeys, so it was fun just to do it with them, and doing it with the Rascals as well.
I haven't been scared by any of our fans, because I generally find the weirder I find the more interesting. I really enjoy talking to people that have got, you know, slight weird personality kind of disorders, or just generally like to be a bit strange, or not like to be a bit strange, but basically I haven't got much time to talk to someone who's really bland and boring, so if someone is a bit odd, then I'm always like, yeah, what are you going to say next? So it's quite nice to meet our crazy fans. There's a few real oddballs in on the West Coast in the States who always come to our gigs, and kind of like it's really different to the English fan base actually. They have half their heads shaved off and no eyebrows and stuff. But they've got, you know, interesting things to say and are really passionate and generally into their music. So the weirder the fans, the better.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, the amount of things that have to work for bands to stay together, you know. Not only do you have to find people who are going to share the same creative direction as you, you've also got to find people who can actually stand to be in the same room as, you know, for extended periods of time, like more than you even spend with like your mother or something, and it's fucking ridiculous. How can you like get over all those hurdles? You know, the chances of getting through all those is just ridiculous, like ridiculously small. But yeah, we're all right.
The new album is shaping up tremendously. Yes,
I think it's going to surprise quite a lot of people.
We've written, I guess, around 6 new songs. More than that, 6 new very good songs that we definitely think about putting on the new album.
We've turned into Riot, I read the other day. That's quite good. Someone else told me we're turned into Led Zeppelin. So I guess it's a cross between them two.
Sounds really good. It's really good. I don't know. We spent so much time listening to new music over the last year or something that, I don't know, pretty much everything else seems really irrelevant right now. So it's just finding a way to get it all to sit well with each other. It's definitely sort of going in a new way, a new exciting way.
it's a celestial journey into the mind with excursions in sounds we've not heard ourselves before and are busy creating.
It's just a real development, a real progression, you know, kind of. I mean, people have a tendency to sort of dismiss their early work, but I think our first album served a purpose, and now the kind of the reason for us being a band has sort of changed slightly in terms of our creative direction. So, you know, I think it'll surprise a lot of people in terms of the actual craft of songwriting.
We've just given ourselves loads of time. You know, and artists are always really wanky and they're like, oh, just let the art come to me. We've basically been doing that. I think that's called procrastinating.
I think we just have to make a really great record. I mean, the album will be out this year, but in terms of rushing it, I think, you know, the last one, it's kind of, as I said, it served its purpose, and that was one of, you know, spontaneity and, you know, sort of short, sharp shock. But like this one is a lot more, you know, considered and deliberate. You know, maybe I don't know if this is a good parallel, but it's certainly one of my favourite albums, Disintegration by The Cure. You know, the step from Three Imaginary Boys to Disintegration, although that spans, you know, about 10 years, that could be a fair analogy to describe the kind of music that we're making now.